In this video, I'm going to show you how to implement the prototype design pattern. This is a creational design pattern that helps you to copy an object based on another object. As an example, I have this text editor, and you can, for example, insert a drawing, and it can be a shape. In this case, I'm going to select the cube, and I draw the cube. Okay. It has some properties. It has the height and the width and the color. In this case, it is blue. Okay, I can copy this object, Control C, Control V, and I can get the same object. And based to this object, I can modify the properties. For example, the size. I'm increasing here the width and the height, and I can modify the color. In this case, I change the color to yellow. Okay, what's happening in the code? Okay, this object, this cube, is a class, can be represented as a class. And let's see the code. This is the class that represents the cube. It has the properties height, width, and the color, and it has a constructor. This constructor doesn't receive any parameter. For that reason, it's going to establish the height and width with the same value and color in blue. These are the default values for that cube. It's like when I created the cube for the first time. Okay, it has a second constructor. It is going to be used or it is going to be executed when I want to copy another object. In this case, it's this object. The constructor is receiving the prototype, and all the properties of the new objects are going to have the same properties, the same property values that received from the original object. The same height, the same width, and the same color. And for this method, it is going to return all the properties as a string. It is going to be used when I will be writing the values of all the properties for the object. How does it work? Okay, let's go to the main program. Okay, and I have these lines of code. This first line is going to create the first cube. In this case, the first constructor is going to be executed because I'm not sending any parameter to the constructor. Okay, this is not going to be executed. Then I'm going to create the second cube based on the first cube. In this case, I'm going to send to the constructor the first cube. And in this case, this constructor is going to be executed, and the new object is going to get all the properties from the first cube. It happened here, and in this case, I'm going to write the first object. When I invoke this method, sending the object, the first cube, this method is going to be executed, and we're going to see all the values from all the properties. Then I'm going to change the properties for the second cube. I'm going to change the color, I'm going to change the height and the width. And finally, I'm going to write the second cube. Okay, what's happening here is happening the same I did here. I created a new cube, and I modified the size and the color. Now I'm going to execute this little app, and we are going to see two different objects with different property values. Okay, as you can see, this is the first object, the height, the value of 10 with is 10 color blue, and the second one was created based on the first one, and the properties were modified. As you can see, the color is yellow, and the width and height are different. Okay, thank you very much.